I'm sure by now most of you have at least seen or heard of the "you need to nerd out" trend. Now, I absolutely love this trend because I think it's so cool seeing so many different people just share different things that they're interested and they're passionate about. But specifically that word passion, that is why I love this trend so much. Because I feel like we are living in an age that is so focused on short form and fast-paced media that actually sitting down and taking the time to really invest into a subject and be so passionate about something, that is becoming more and more uncommon. You know, our brains are sort of being rewired to constantly need to consume something, making it, difficult for our brains to really just kind of sit down and focus solely on this one thing and really put a lot of time and effort into it. But seeing so many different people share so many different things that they're interested in and seeing that like, I was into this hobby for 10, 15 years, whatever. That's so cool because that's something, you don't really see nowadays. A lot of the time people are just consuming what's new, what's fresh because they need, to constantly consume new things because that's just, sort of the age and media that we're living in. But it's also just so sick to see people, share what they love. I've talked a lot about this page about being yourself and, loving your hobbies and loving your passions. And so it's so cool to see people being willing to openly express who they are to thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, sometimes even millions of people. It's cool to kind of see that like being a nerd is sort of mainstream now. But I think that's a good thing because it just means people can feel more comfortable expressing and being themselves online. And I think this will just lead us all to be more positive and more accepting of each other and our interests. And I think that'll grow a lot of us to be closer with each other and really engage with each other. For example, I've seen a lot of people coming together in support of, a lot of these superhero projects. So like Superman, Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts was good. That was a little bit earlier. But seeing everybody kind of come together and kind of get really excited for what's next, not only for Marvel, but for DC, that's so sick to see. It just overall makes me really happy to see people all coming together over passions and interests and people just being happy to express themselves to other people. That's pretty much it. I don't really have much else to say, except stay positive, stay safe, and be yourself.